Dear friends, I am going to explain axis symmetric problem. How can solve the axis symmetric problem? So one example I am interested to show you how can solve the axis symmetric problem. The example is shown this one. This problem is shown in the page. The For a thick valve cylinder under internal pressure P equal to 1 psi shown in the figure 9.9, determine the displacement and stresses. So this one is the thick valve cylindrical subjected to internal pressure P. By axis symmetric analysis it becomes easy to solve it. So the element and nodes for this diagram is shown in the figure. The element 1, 2, 3 and element is take a plane 1, 2, 3 and 4. In radius, inner radius is 0.5 inch, outer radius is 1 inch. This element 1, 2, 3 and 4 and nodes, total node 4 nodes 1, 2, 3 and 4. Pressure applied internal 1 psi. So this is the discretized cylindrical slice. Now force number of degree of freedom per, there is 2 degree of freedom per node. So total degree of freedom should be 8 degree of freedom for the plane problem. So degree of freedom, if total degree of freedom, total node 5, total node here 5, node 1, 2, 3, 4 and node 5. So total degree of freedom becomes 10. Total degree of freedom, so total force becomes this one is the F1R, F1Z, F2R, F2Z, F3R, F3Z, F4R, F4Z, F5R and F5Z, and this equal to K global stiffness matrix multiplied by degree of freedom. For one node 1 degree of freedom E1 V1, for node 2 U2 V2, node 3 U3 U1 W1, U2 W2, U3 W3, U4 W4, U4 W5. W is the displacement in the z directions, that is the this is shown as vertical directions for this element. So total K matrix should total global K matrix order of this K matrix should be 10 by 10. Now already I explained it that K, how can find the K matrix. So K matrix is equal to 2 pi R bar A B bar dash transpose D B bar. Bar is used for R, it is the average value as the centroid. If it is not, if you not consider the average value, then you have to integrate it over the area dA. But in it is approximation, we can easily solve by consider it at the center, at the centroid. So B bar dash is obtained by using this R bar, and B bar is also evaluated using centroid. Value of R bar should be centroid. So already I discussed that for the triangular element, all the 4 elements are the triangular element. In this book, L1, 2 and 3 is denoted by I, J and M. So R for the node 1, for element 1 has node 1, 2 and node 5. So this is the I, this one is the J and this one is the M. So local it is the 1, 2, 5. and coordinate of I is Ri 0.5, Zi is equal to 0, J 1 and Rj 0, Rm 0.750. So I is equal to 1, J is equal to 2 and M is equal to 5 for the element 1. For the when you find the B matrix, so already I explained how can find the B matrix for the triangular element, and also for the axis symmetry element. This is the 1 divided by 2 into area, and Bi, Bj and Bm, gamma I, gamma j and gamma m. Here in the theory I have explained it. This term is theory which have been derived in this row is placed at this row. Third and fourth row has been changed. In this cases, when you find the stresses or a strain, so this one is the epsilon r, epsilon z, this one is the epsilon theta, and this one is the gamma rz. But in so you can change, if you change it, then D matrix will be changed. So take care about that when you write at this positions, then D matrix will be you have to rearrange. I have done the notes. I have written D matrix 2 times. At the notes, when you see where axis symmetry has been explained. So in this case, first I consider this case and this type of the B element. Next I have changed D matrix, so it becomes according to the theory discussed as axis symmetry problem. But no matter, you can put that this location is the epsilon theta and this one is the r gamma rz. So epsilon alpha I, alpha j, alpha m formula already for the triangular element it has been derived. Beta I, beta j and beta m derived. Gamma I, gamma j and gamma m already it is derived. The value of alpha I, alpha j, alpha m, beta I, beta j and beta m, gamma I, gamma j and gamma m. R bar is the CG center, and center of this triangular element is the 0.5 plus center 0. This is the coordinate 0.5 and this one is the 0.5. so half of this one is this r bar 0.5 plus half of the 0.5, so this becomes 0.75 and 0.75 inch, and z bar is equal to 1/3 of the 0.25 inch. Z bar, this one is the 0.25, so 1/3 of the 0.25. so you can get the value of the Z bar from this equation. And A is equal to, you know the area, half into width into height, so this one is the area. So B bar is equal to, when substitute all the values you will get the values B bar. When you will get the B bar, then D matrix is derived. D is equal to this one, D matrix. So substitute the value of P and you can get the value of the D matrix. So this one is the D matrix, and when you substitute the B transpose into D, B transpose into D, then you will get this matrix. And you have to get the K matrix, this BT multiplied by B multiplied by thickness into area, so you get this matrix. So this is for the element stiffness matrix for the element 1. Now for the element 2, the element 2 element stiffness matrix, the element 2, 3 and 5, and similarly this one is the node 2, 3 and 5. Similarly you can analyze it, then you can get the value of the element stiffness matrix for the second element. Similarly for the third and fourth element, you similarly analyze the element stiffness matrix, you can get the K3 and K4. K3 and K4. Now for assembly, when you assemble all the matrix, you will get this one 10 by 10. Order of this assemble matrix would be 10 by 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So order of you can get the assemble matrix, that is the global stiffness, and now you have to find the force matrix. So formula for the force matrix, when you solve it, so when here the uniformly distributed load acting on this this phase, this one, when you analyze it, then you get the force matrix. It will be values of the force matrix. This one is the F1R, F4R is equal to 2 pi into radius. This one is the 0.5 at the inner radius, multiplied by length of on which this UDL acts. So height of this one is 0.5 meter, 0.5 inch divided by 2, 0.5 inch it is mentioned. This one is the 0.5 inch. So you will get F1R, F4R 0.785 lb, and when substitute these values and apply the boundary conditions, you will get these values. Boundary conditions here directly you can write a force matrix and force stiffness matrix multiplied by displacement vector is equal to force matrix, and take the inverse of this, and you can get the value of U1, U2, U3, U4, U5, W1, W2, W3, W4 and W5. At the W5 there is no displacement, so no displacement in the y directions, so you can substitute at this it is symmetrical, so you can take the boundary conditions at 10th row and 10th element, 10th row, 10th column can be discarded from the solutions during applying the boundary conditions, and this one is the values. So you can the result for the nodal displacement is given is obtained here, Now you can get the stresses. Stresses is equal to sigma is equal to dBd. So when used for the element 1, the sigma r, sigma z, sigma theta and tau rz. For element 2, this one, element 3, this one, element 4, this one. When you find solutions with theory, you can get the exact, you can get that solutions which may be deeper, because there is two element. When the element increased in this, it is when take number of element, you can get the solutions which match with the analytical solutions. So this is problem related to the axisymmetric problem, solution of axisymmetric problem. So you can solve more problem from the Chandrapatlu books. One problem has solved in the Chandrapatlu book, you can see it. And in the next video I will discuss the how can solve the solid element, and how can get analyze the solid element. So thank you for your watching and for your patience. I finish this video here. Thank you.